Every day, the same thing. The alarm rings. You wake up startled. Look at the clock, already late. Rush to the shower. Rush to get dressed. Rush to work. And throughout the entire day, one question haunts you. What time is it? What time do I need to leave? What time is the meeting? What time will I get home? What time will I sleep to wake up on time tomorrow? Our entire life is controlled by this invisible question that haunts us from the moment we open our eyes. But there's a place on Earth where this question has never been asked, where nobody has ever asked, what time is it? Where there are no clocks, calendars, schedules, or deadlines, where time doesn't govern life. And most fascinating of all, these people are considered the happiest on the planet. This is the story of the Pirahã, an indigenous people living on the banks of the Mice River in the heart of the Brazilian Amazon, a people who exist completely outside of time as we know it, and what they can teach us about how to really live will forever change how you see every second of your life. Because maybe, just maybe, they're not the strange ones. Maybe we are. The 1970s, American linguist Daniel Everett arrives at the Mice River with a clear mission: learn the Pirahã language to translate the Bible. He was a missionary, scientist, a man of faith. He planned to stay a few months, do the work, and leave. He stayed more than 30 years, and when he left, he was no longer a missionary, no longer had the same beliefs. Because the Pirahã didn't just refuse his religion, they dismantled the entire way he understood reality, especially about one thing: time. In the first few days, Everett noticed something impossible. The Pirahã language has no words for numbers. They don't count, don't add, don't subtract. There's no 1, 2, 3. There's only few and many. But this was just the beginning. The Pirahã language has no words for specific colors, has no complex verb tenses, has no subordinate clauses, and most shocking of all, has no words for yesterday or tomorrow. There's no past, there's no future. There's only now and not now. Everett thought he had misunderstood. He spent months trying to find these words, trying to teach the Pirahã to count, to think about the future, to plan, but they simply didn't understand why. And gradually, horrifyingly, Everett began to realize they weren't the ones who didn't understand. He was the one living wrong. The Pirahã have a word that doesn't exist in any other known language: Xibipío, pronounced Xibipío, and it means approximately what is leaving experience, or more directly, what is not here now. Everything that happened and is no longer happening, Xibipío. Everything that might happen but isn't happening yet, Xibipío. And if it's Xibipío, it simply doesn't matter, has no relevance, has no power over you. Imagine living like this, without regrets because the past is Xibipío, without anxiety because the future is Xibipío, without worry about next month's bills because next month is Xibipío, without childhood trauma governing your adult life because your childhood is Xibipío. Seems impossible, right? Irresponsible even. How do you plan? How do you learn from mistakes? How do you build something lasting? And the Pirahã answer is simple and devastating. You don't plan, you live. They don't store food for tomorrow. They fish when hungry, hunt when needed, and there's always enough because the forest provides. They don't talk about people who died because those people are no longer in experience. They left their Xibipío. And gradually, Everett realized we, the civilized, spend our entire lives living in Xibipío, thinking about what was, planning what will be, but never really here. So what's really a day in the life of the Pirahã? Well, first, there's no such thing as a day, because day is a measure of time. and they don't measure time. What you call morning begins when the forest wakes up, when birds start singing, when light says it's time. There are no alarms. Nobody wakes up startled. They wake up when the body has finished resting. Could be 5 a.m., could be 9 a.m. Doesn't matter, because there's nowhere to be. Children don't go to school. There is no school. They learn by doing, by seeing, by living. A 5-year-old child knows how to fish because they fished hundreds of times with parents. Knows which plants are edible because they've eaten them all their life. Learns at the pace of curiosity, not the pace of curriculum. There's no lunchtime. They eat when there's food and when there's hunger. And they always eat together, always, because eating isn't a task to be completed. It's celebration, it's connection, it's shared life. If someone is tired at 2 in the afternoon, they sleep, without guilt, without thinking, should be working, because there is no should. There's only, I'm tired, I'll sleep. Done. The body speaks and they listen. Simple as that. At night, when it gets dark, there are no artificial lights, no television, no screens. There's fire. And around the fire, there are stories, laughter, connection. And when the body asks for sleep, they sleep. Could sleep at 8 p.m., could sleep at midnight. There's no right time. There's only, now I'm sleepy. And most disturbing, they don't have insomnia, don't have nighttime anxiety, don't lie awake replaying the day or worried about tomorrow, because the day that passed is Xibipío, and tomorrow doesn't exist yet. Everett realized something that haunted him. The language we speak determines how we live, and the language we speak is a language of time, past, present, future, yesterday, today, tomorrow, before, after, soon, later. Every sentence you speak carries embedded time. I did, I will do, I should have done, I'll do it when I have time. Our entire language is built on the illusion that time exists as a line. And speaking this way, we live this way. The Pirahã don't have this. When they speak about something, they speak only about what's in direct experience. I see rain. I eat fish. I hear bird. Everything is present. Everything is now. And therefore, everything is real. They don't say, yesterday I fished. They say something like, there was fishing, if it's still relevant to now. If it's not, they simply don't talk about it. They don't say, tomorrow I'll hunt, because tomorrow doesn't exist. When tomorrow becomes now, if there's hunger, there will be hunting. And here's the devastating insight. We invented time through language, and then we got trapped in that invention. We created past and got trapped in regret. We created future and got trapped in anxiety. We created late and early and spend our entire life chasing ghosts. The Pirahã never created this prison and therefore never needed to escape it. Anthropological studies confirm something extraordinary. The Pirahã are, medically speaking, one of the happiest peoples ever studied. They don't have depression, practically don't have anxiety, don't have the neuroses that plague advanced societies. Why? The obvious answer would be because they live in nature, away from modern stress. But that doesn't explain everything. Many indigenous people face immense challenges, but the Pirahã have something unique: absence of psychological time. Without psychological past, there's no grudge, no resentments held for years. If something happened and passed, it passed. It's Xibipío. They fight, yes, have conflicts, yes, but the next day, they've literally forgotten, because yesterday doesn't exist. Without psychological future, there's no chronic anxiety. There's no, what if I can't? What if it goes wrong? What if I fail? Because none of this is happening now. And if it's not happening now, it's not real. Everett tells a devastating story.
Once, he tried to explain the concept of saving to the Pirahã, storing food for when there isn't, storing resources for future emergencies. They listened politely and then laughed a lot. "Why store?" they asked. "The forest always provides." And they were right. In decades of observation, Everett never saw them go hungry, never saw them in despair, because they trust the now, and now has always been enough.
Meanwhile, we, with our retirement plans, insurance, savings, and decades of planning, live in constant anxiety. It's never enough. We're never secure enough. And the irony? We still suffer, still feel empty. Let's talk about you, about me, about us. You wake up to an alarm. Before even fully opening your eyes, you've grabbed your phone, check messages, see what time it is, calculate how much time do I have before I need to leave. You shower thinking about the 10 a.m. meeting, have coffee thinking about traffic, drive thinking about the delivery deadline, work thinking about the end of the day, have lunch checking emails, because you're never where you are. You have dinner with family, physically present but mentally absent, thinking about tomorrow's work, about the bill due Friday, about yesterday's argument. Your child talks to you, but you don't really hear, because you're living 3 hours in the future or 5 hours in the past. You go to bed but can't sleep. Keep replaying the day, what you said wrong, what you should have done. Grab your phone, scroll infinite feeds, because being with your own thoughts is unbearable. And when you finally sleep, the alarm rings and it starts again. This isn't life, it's survival. It's existence on autopilot. It's going through life without ever really being in it. And the most tragic part? You call this normal, responsibility, adult life. The Pirahã would look at this and see clearly. You're sick. You're living in Xibipío. You're chasing ghosts of past and future, while the only real thing, this moment, goes unnoticed. And worse, you think they're the primitive ones. Here's the part few know. Daniel Everett arrived at the Pirahã as a convinced Christian missionary. He planned to convert them, save their souls. But the opposite happened. He's the one who was converted, not to a religion, but to a way of seeing. Everett spent years trying to explain Christian concepts to the Pirahã: sin, salvation, heaven, hell, afterlife. And they listened politely, and then asked, "Did you see this?" Everett said, "No, but it's in the Bible." And they responded, "Did whoever wrote it see it?" "No, it was long ago." Then it's Xibipío. For the Pirahã, truth is what's in direct experience. If you didn't see it, didn't hear it, didn't touch it, didn't live it, it's not real. It's not relevant. Could be an interesting story, but it's not a foundation for living. And gradually, painfully, Everett began to question. If heaven isn't in experience, why live for it? If hell is a future threat, but future doesn't exist, why fear it? If God can't be directly experienced now, why is he more real than any other story? After decades with the Pirahã, Everett lost faith, but he didn't lose into emptiness. He lost to something greater: presence, reality, life lived instead of life planned. And he says today, the Pirahã are the wisest among us, because they never forgot what we learned to ignore. Life only exists
here. So, what do we do with this? Quit everything and go to the Amazon? Stop working? Cancel commitments? Live without plans? No, but we can learn to separate practical time from psychological time. Practical time is necessary. Yes, you need to get to work. Yes, you need to pay bills. Yes, you need to schedule appointments. This is social coordination. This is organization. The Pirahã don't need this because they're only 200 people living together. You live in a city of millions, so yes, use the clock. But psychological time? That you can drop now. Psychological time is living mentally in past or future. It's eating while thinking about something else. It's hugging your child without feeling the hug. It's being here with body, but away with mind. When you have dinner, taste the flavor, see the people at the table, really hear what they say. This isn't romanticism, it's sanity. It's remembering that food isn't just fuel, it's experience, it's life. When you walk, feel your feet on the ground, see the trees, hear the birds. Because if you walk thinking about the meeting coming up, you didn't walk. You transported an anxious body from point A to point B. You wasted the walk. When you hug someone, hug. Don't think about what you need to do next. Don't plan the next sentence. Just feel the hug, because it might be the last. Not because something bad will happen, but because each hug is unique, and you can only feel this one if you're here. The Pirahã don't have a mindfulness technique. They don't meditate. They simply never learned to live in Xibipío. And you can unlearn, can return, can wake up. So here's the truth the Pirahã hold. The past doesn't exist, not anymore. It existed, but now it's Xibipío. You can learn from it, yes, but you can't live in it because it's not here. The future doesn't exist, not yet. It might exist, but now it's Xibipío. You can prepare for it, yes, but you can't live in it because it's not here. The only place where life happens, where love exists, where joy can be felt, where you really are, is here, now, in this moment. And you spend your entire life running from it, fleeing it, planning the next, ruminating the previous, and never really living. The Pirahã aren't primitive, they're wise. They don't live without time because they didn't invent clocks. They live without time because they understand something profound. Time is useful as a tool, but deadly as identity. You are not what you did yesterday. You're not what you'll do tomorrow. You are what's happening now. And if nothing meaningful is happening now because you're lost in Xibipío, then you're not living. You're just waiting to live. So I tell you, next time you have dinner, turn off your phone. See who's there, because they won't be there forever. Nobody is. And this dinner, this moment, this conversation, it's not rehearsal for something bigger. It's life. It's all that exists. Next time you hug someone, hug, feel, because it might be the last. And if it is, let it be a real hug, not a present body with absent mind, but total presence, total life, as the Pirahã have always known how to do.
Time doesn't pass, you pass. And you can pass living in Xibipío, chasing ghosts. Or you can finally be here, where life has always been, waiting for you to notice. If this story changed something in you, share it with someone who's always on the go. And in the comments, tell me,
When was the last time you were 100% present, without your cell phone, without thinking about anything else, just here? Thank you for watching. In the next video, we'll explore how the Mayans viewed time as eternal cycles and what that reveals about our fear of death. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and remember, time doesn't pass, you pass. Don't let life be a waste of time.